Okay, we're live. Good to see you, Ian.
Good to see you, sir.
I got to catch part of your stream yesterday with Dan,
Mm.
and I invited him. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. I
Yeah.
also invited the rabbi. I don't know if he'll be able to make it.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to, like I said, I got to listen to some of the stream yesterday and just wanted to talk about this new garbage thing. I mean, I seriously can't believe this is the face of the future of Doctor Who.
Well, the thing is, what I've learned today is she's all for trans.
I saw that.
So there's a pattern which everybody seems to be ignoring, especially, I mean, no disrespect, Dan, especially you, Dan, that Doctor Who, everyone they cast is of that ilk. Well, the majority of the people that they've cast is with that ilk. So I'm not surprised that this thing has come out and it's as bad as it looks.
Well, I mean, I think it was it you or was it Dan that said it sounded like they're doing non-binary thing?
Well, look, right? Who am I to say what they should make? It's up to them, right? I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who. I've been a Doctor Who fan since I was, I guess, 11 or whatever, how old I was. But unfortunately, right, they're turning it into something that it shouldn't be, right? You shouldn't be constantly looking for people that support trans and this and that, the other. You should be looking for actors that are qualified for the job, casting right, making sure the stories, whatever. I will keep saying this. The Doctor should not be black, should not be a woman. The Doctor, in my opinion, should be white. And I'm not being, am I allowed to say that word? Racist? I'm not allowed to say that. But it's an opinion. It's nothing to do with his skin color at all, right? My opinion is that I don't believe in race swapping. I don't believe in gender swapping, especially of characters that have been here for over 50 years. I think that's disrespecting the characters. And this is, I mean, we've gone off topic slightly, but this all leads up to this person being cast in this show.
I mean, it's just, I mean, even the way she just introduced herself, and let me just bring that back up. Oh, darn, the computer's running a little slow today. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Doom. Blame my mother.
I mean, that already just turns me off to it.
Yeah. because it's not funny. That's why it's. Just, I'm laughing because it's stupid. And also, right, who's this meant to? Dan established yesterday that this is for adults. Really, this is for
No,
adults?
I don't want to watch this.
Well, you don't have
And
to.
I really hope and pray this isn't part of the 60th.
I think this is just audio. I think this is something to do with Big Finish. I think I'm not sure though because it's not really established. There's no credits after it, and there's no information who directed it or who shot it, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, as you guys talked about, I totally forgot about Time Lord Victorious.
I
I mean,
just,
I don't even know anything that happened on it. I wasn't interested.
you see, I did look. You know what? Right at the end of the day, this isn't my world. You know, we had our chance through the 80s, through the 90s, and we had a great time making great movies like E.T. and Close Encounters and James Bond and all the stuff. And the movies were terrific. You know, you go there, you have fun, whatever. But unfortunately, this we're kind of phasing out, and these new people are taking over, and this is what they're doing. So, you know, good luck to them. You know, as I said, I don't want to stop them from doing what they really want to do. All I can say is that I won't be watching it because
Yeah.
I disagree that the Doctor Who series should be like this. That's you know, but that's just my opinion. Again, no disrespect to Russell T or anyone that's involved in the production. If they want to have a heavy, oh bloody hell, I don't know who that is. One sec.
Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, for those that are watching this, the new part of the 60th promo just dropped yesterday, introducing this new character who is an assassin that's being hunted, I guess, and she's trying to find the Doctor. Again, it just looks horrible. It really does look horrible.
It does. As I as I said, right. I mean, there are a lot of Doctor Who fans out there that are clinging on to the hope that the Doctor's going to be good, and I'm one of them. But unfortunately, I can see the path it's going down. And even if they do present us with Shooty and the episodes are good, you can guarantee that they're going to end up going in that direction, the direction that everything has gone in from Star Wars to Star Trek to everything. That's it looks like that's what's going to happen. And you know, the evidence is all around us. I mean, Russell T is gay. You know, we have Disney, the gayest company in the world, BBC, one of
Rose's daughter,
the world. Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. So I don't. The evidence is all around us. You know, hardcore Doctor Who fans are hoping that that's not going to happen. They still have hope upon hope that Russell T is going to do what they think is right. You know, my friend JT, who's on Dan's channel, he was saying to us, oh, it's going to be good because Russell T know what he's doing, stuff like that. Now he's completely done a U-turn, and he's like, this is going to be terrible.
I keep bringing up the idea of Animaniacs. I mean, it was good when it aired 20 years ago. The new reboot just got canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the original cast. I think you got some of the original people behind the scenes on it, but it just didn't work.
But it's just, again, right, it makes you question everything. We are the product, what we're saying here, we are the product of what they've made of us. Like, even the Oscars, when you should be champion, Michelle Yeoh and Key for winning the Oscars, even I question that now. Even I question the fact that Everything Everywhere. I must admit I didn't like the film, but Everywhere's won. I'm happy that they've won, but the question is, was the cards dealt in their favor? And it makes you question all that nonsense. It really does.
So the movie wasn't worth watching.
I didn't like it personally, but a lot of people loved it, and they, a lot of people. I mean, it's kind of Marmite, really. You either like it or you don't. So
I just didn't have the desire. I actually didn't know about it till the nominations, I guess.
I think it's made a lot of money. I think it's a success. But I said I am really happy for Michelle Yeoh and Key for winning, because I think she's the first Asian woman to win an Oscar, and it's nice. But under the cloud of what, though? Do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. But I don't want to take anything away from them, because they do deserve to get an Oscar. And if the Academy thinks that they were Worth it then. Yeah. I mean, Angela Bassett was annoyed, wasn't she?
Oh yes. Oh yes. And it's been fun watching her defenders.
Yeah, yeah. It's very silly to think because of the color of your skin, Hollywood's gonna go. I mean, Hollywood did that in one year, didn't they? They did it with the year that Denzel Washington and Halle Berry won.
Mm.
Majority of people won that year were black. So I guess this time it's the Asian people's turn, isn't it? So
Well, I gotta say, this time next week I'll be seeing John Wick.
Same
Because
here. Same here.
here on Tuesdays it's $5 movie day.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
instead of having to pay $12, $13, I can go see it for $5.
All right. Well,
I'll wait a few days.
is that during the day though? You know, it's not like in the evening.
No, it's all day.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
We don't have that
all
over
day.
here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be paying through the nose for it, especially when you buy your popcorn and your hot dog.
I don't.
It's not
Although
good.
our movie thing here gives you free popcorn for if you're a member of their little rewards
right.
thing.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's a small thing, but
Oh, yeah.
cat's driving me nuts right now. Oh,
Well,
there she is. Yeah.
She's not happy.
No, she just wants to sit. That's all.
All right. Okay.
Oh no, there she goes. So I don't know. So when is it? I guess there's no word when this stuff's coming out. Then
I don't care. I really don't care. I mean, I don't think anyone else cares as well. I mean, she put up a tweet saying, "Oh, you know, I couldn't tell anyone that I was doing this," and it's like, well, now you've seen it. Can you tell anyone that you were doing it?
Have you heard of her before?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't think anyone's heard of her. I think people in the know she exists, but I don't think the majority of the public knows who she is. I certainly don't know who she is. Very strange casting though to cast as an assassin. You know.
Well, let me see if I can find the picture. Let's see. Who is the actress again?
I don't know. She's not an actress. She's a comedian.
Or comedian. Well, I would say don't quit your day job, but yeah, this thing is not going to let me bring it up. I think I got to take the laptop in. It's been running slow. I think there's probably something on it shouldn't be on.
Right. Yeah. Mine's running a tad slow as well for some reason. Then again, I'm using a lot of power when I start editing and grading and stuff like that. So I just need a new one. I'll get a new one sooner or later. But yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live on Friday because I'm supposed to be giving a little mini retreat Saturday morning, so I still got to think of 2 talks to write.
Right. Okay. So I mean, so you actually teach, right? Like you actually stand in front of a class.
I do
with kiddies.
I do, and if they're watching, I hope they're behaving.
No way. You know what kids are like.
Yeah, I have 2 classes of about 45 total.
45?
Yeah.
Good grief.
Well, it's not as bad as it used to be. When my first time around, I was teaching 3 classes of about 30.
Wow. When I was at school, I think the most we had in a class was 15 or even 20, even thinks the most.
Yeah,
that's a lot of students.
Some of the other schools I've taught in our diocese would have maybe 15 in class. Smaller school. This is our biggest school.
What age group?
Freshman.
I don't know what that means.
So 14, 15.
All right, okay, 14, 15. Did they give you jip? Did they talk back at you? No. Yeah. He can't answer.
I gotta be careful what I say.
All right, okay. I will retract the question.
It will be fun if they come in talking about that.
All right, okay. I'll retract the question then.
No, it's okay. No, it's good. You know, the thing is, like I said, my last assignment, I was pretty much done for the day every day at 7:30 in the morning. And doing that for 4.5 years literally drove me nuts. So I'm happy, and I think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to be jumping back to teaching church history next year.
All right. Okay.
which is one of my passions. I've taught it for 9 years. So I have 9 years of prep work already done, PowerPoints, quizzes, and tests and stuff. So it's not like I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Where this is the first year teaching scripture, which is it's again trying to relearn the material myself so that I can try to teach it.
Mm. But I mean, so you know, do you feel that this? Oh, maybe I shouldn't ask that question either. Don't worry, I'll bypass that. When I was teaching, I taught a long time ago when I was in my, I think when I turned 30, I was teaching acting for the screen. But this is, I mean, Lord Lord knows why I was teaching acting for the screen because I'm not an actor, but I got chose to do it because I can direct. So. And the thing is, though, I think I was being too honest with them. And they brought me in the office once and they said, "Oh, you can't be that honest with them." And I said, "Why?" Because, it's a tough life when you become an actor. And they said, "Oh, well, they're paying." And I thought to myself, this is the reason why I shouldn't say the truth, tell them the truth, because they're paying. And so that was a big insight into, how teachers actually teach students now, and
It's different. I mean, so my first year of teaching was 15 years ago, right after being ordained, and I was in it for the 9 years,
Yeah.
different schools. And
yeah,
having been out for 5 years, it's just trying to get back into the routine of it.
yeah.
And I actually enjoy it. I mean, I enjoy the interaction,
Mm.
the bantering, and
Yeah. I wouldn't
trying
say I
to
enjoyed
get
it.
them. Well, I do. I
Oh,
do.
really? It was all right. As
They can drive you nuts.
the thing is, they never drove me nuts because I wouldn't allow it, and that's what I got told off for. I got told off. I didn't get told off, but I was told to kind of um be a boy, pull back a bit. I'm like, well, you know, what's the point of teaching if you can't teach? I don't understand your concept of teaching
Mhm.
because I'm teaching them things that if they're really serious about going forward as an actor, then these are the things they should know. Why sugarcoat it? And again, they said because they're paying, and you're like, well, if that. In fact, I met a couple of students recently, last year, end of last year, that I was teaching, and we're talking about a long time ago, and all of them are not acting. All of them are doing different things and stuff like that. All of them, they all confess that they still love acting, but they've given up because life pressures and stuff like that. So I think as time went on, I was right. If I'd carried on teaching them, then they probably would have known better.
Mhm.
I don't know.
And I'm just noticing it seems the Stream Elements script isn't working, so I'm going to try something.
Oh,
Let me see if that does it. Nope. I don't know. The thing was I had on this originally was my Twitter thing, and then the Stream Elements for the donation page.
all right.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So no, we have probably 2 months left of school before we're done for the year.
Right. Oh, for the year.
Yeah. Well, I mean for the school year.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because
Okay,
we'll start up again in August.
Yes. Okay. But it's not bad, is it, being a teacher? Because you get 6 weeks off. Well, over here you do. You get a couple.
That's only
Well, for you it isn't.
Yeah, for me it isn't because I still have to do other things.
Yeah. So, but it's it's quite cool, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So Thursday, I got the 2 classes. I'm teaching the elementary school. I visit the 7th grade and 4th grade, I think it is, and then I have 2 soccer matches, a marriage prep, my first marriage prep in probably 6 years.
What's a marriage thing?
Okay, so couples getting ready to get married, they have to meet with the priest to do the marriage preparation work.
Right, gotcha. I think they have that in my church. I think they have that.
I think it's actually a requirement.
Yes, it is
regardless
now.
wherever.
Yeah, you can't just walk into a church unless you're in Vegas, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to be married in the church in Vegas, you still got to do it.
Oh, really?
Well,
so people can't just walk in and get married?
if you're talking like the Chapel of Love, we don't recognize that as being valid.
Is that where Elvis got married?
If you got married by Elvis, that would be
Yeah.
in what we call the sacramental terms a lack of form,
All right, okay.
which means you're supposed to be married in the church by a priest, the exchange of vows with witnesses.
Yeah.
If you get married outside of the church, and I mean not in a Catholic church, but like outdoors or a different church, you do have to get the permission.
Yeah. I know my brother, he got married to his wife is not she's not Catholic, but she's kind of like a priest in her religion. I can't remember what religion it is, and he wanted to get married to her in a Catholic church, but they said no, so he had to get married to her in her denomination. I can't remember what it was, but
Is she Christian?
she's Christian. Yeah.
Okay, well, when you said kind of like a priest, I didn't know. Is it Anglican or?
I have no idea. I don't think it's that. It's some religion. It's some Christian religion in Canada. She's kind of like a priest. She has the dog collar and everything. So she's a really nice person. Really nice person.
Yeah,
you know.
It's probably part of the reason I never got into the Vicar of Derby.
The Vicar of Dibley. The
whatever.
Vicar of Dibley. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you shouldn't let that. You shouldn't let that stop you from watching the show. The show's funny. It is worth your time.
I'm sure, but I mean, I still have so much more I need to watch.
Yeah, I guess. But Father, you really shouldn't. You know, if you use that logic, you might as well not watch Father Ted or not watch anything that's connected with religion. Do you know what I mean? I find it fantastic. I mean, even watching rubbish like that film where Morgan Freeman plays God. There's two.
Oh, Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty. Even watching stuff like that, it makes me happy because obviously they're trying to spread the word, but obviously not in an exclusive way, if you know what I mean. Right, but it's still nice to hear stuff, on film.
I will say the one that I just started watching, it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
The original I Spy.
Oh, that's with Robert Culp and
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, yeah. I mean, there you go. So you're watching something with that guy in it, yet you won't watch the Vicar of Dibley. There you go.
For me, it's hard to watch a woman in a collar.
Well, why? Why is it hard? It's a she's not a real priest. It's a comedy.
I know she's not. I know
That's what I'm
she's
saying.
not.
So it's
neither is Dougal.
Exactly. It's funny and it's amusing, and she's it's very well written by Chris Curtis. So it was on for a very long time. So I mean, I think some of the stars in that have died. So that's how long it was on. So
reminds me, there was the British movie with Peter Sellers where he played a vicar, I believe.
Peter Sellers.
Oh, darn. I got to look that name up.
Is it a film?
Yeah, it's a film.
I don't know. It's hard to portray a priest on screen anyway, because, there are certain things you can't do. Oh, Heavens Above.
Have you heard of that one?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay. Let me see if I can find the trailer for that.
It's funny how things have changed. I remember when I was very, very young, women couldn't go in church without putting something on their head. I remember that.
Yeah, the man. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but yeah, some of them still do.
All right.
You know what? I don't. Oh, wait, I know where it is. Okay, here we go. Hopefully I don't get copyright on this one.
What you playing?
Back again with the Bolting Brothers in Heavens Above. Britain's greatest comedian gives a performance you will never forget. Peter Sellers as a raw parson in a city of sin.
You wait, Smallwood. I tell you, Orbiston Parver's an absolute Sodom of a place.
Oh dear.
Get out of it.
I won't have Tanya, Willie Smith. Go!
Who is he then, Doris?
One of me brothers. Sex mad, I
Oh,
reckon.
man.
Your fornicator.
Oh,
He gets his moments
Sorry,
of
what?
pleasure, but by golly, he has his hours of remorse.
Well, I've been thinking, I suppose the next job you ought to do is get me and Harry married.
You mean you're not married?
No.
What? Not at all.
No, well, somehow we never had the time.
Heavens Above is undoubtedly the comedy of the year. Peter Sellers, Cecil Parker, Eric Sykes, Isabel Jeeves, Ian Carmichael, Irene Hanley, Brock Peters, Bernard Miles, Miriam Carlin, Miles Madison, Roy Kinnear, Cardi Robinson, Eric Barker. Heavens Above is riotous entertainment. A new landmark in British comedy.
Come on, let's have a look. You've had the call, have you? Taken early orders, too? Yes, he's taken them all right.
Peter Sellers at his superb best. And
Blimey.
the Boating Brothers more wicked than ever.
Coming soon on Talking Pictures TV. Sky 343, Freeview 18.
Blimey. That's very old.
Well, I think they said 1963.
1963. It's before I was born. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. What can you do,
So,
eh?
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I'm not looking forward to seeing what Doctor Who brings.
Well, we'll find out because I'm not. I don't know. It just. I just think sometimes there's nothing to talk about with Doctor Who. I think we're going to get more or less the same with David Tennant. You know, we're just going to get more of the same that Russell T did in the past. And then when this new Doctor starts, we're going to be disappointed, I reckon. I
Yeah,
hope that's not the case.
I don't know. Like I said, my heart's been broken so many times. I think the damage is done on this one. It's going to
Yeah.
take a lot to win me over again.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the Star Trek Picard, the third season, and that's quite good. I think if they can do that with Doctor Who, I think they need to kick out the politics, really. I think they need to cast right and, just take out the...
Well, the original series ran from 63 to what, 89?
Well, if you count McGann as part of the classic, then it stopped there, didn't it?
Before the movie, I mean, up till Sylvester McCoy's era.
Yeah, it stopped in the 80s, I think. I
Because
can't remember when.
I'm just thinking that New Who's been around for almost as long as the original Who aired.
Yeah, it has. No.
2004.
No. Yeah, but Classic Who started with Hartnell, didn't it?
Right, 63 to the 80s.
And
We're
how
coming
long-
up to almost 20 years of New Who.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you maybe you're right. I don't know. I
The only
like
reason I'm saying is it might be time for another break.
the thing is, though, if they have a break now, Father, when they bring
We'll
it back,
come
we'll be
back.
gone. Yeah, we'll be gone. It's pointless.
Well, even if they took a break, I don't know if it would help.
The right thing to do is to cast someone that was English and keep it in the right tone and the look of the Doctor that we love and known. Put it back on track, but they're not doing that. They're
Well, you were mentioning that. I was just noticing the clock guy on my wallpaper. I would love to see them bring the clock people back, the monsters that were clocks.
Well, as I said, we all remember nostalgia, and that's the only thing we're holding on to as old fans of Doctor Who. And again, it doesn't look like this is for us anymore. It looks like it's for a non-existent audience or a tiny audience because of the politics and the crap, I don't know,
Well,
crap.
as Dan said it, and I shared the tweet before I realized he shared it.
What's that?
Brianna Wu of Gamersgate said she was excited for this new thing. I don't
Well,
care.
who cares, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a big waste of our time, isn't it? Really. And as I said again, it just goes to show that there are people desperate to hold on to Doctor Who, no matter what form it takes. You know, and I believe, right, they're in denial when the evidence is all around them that this Doctor Who is not going to be what they expect, and even some might even go. Uh, uh, and when it's played and it's everything that we feared it be, some might even support it anyway because it's Doctor Who. And to me, I think that's really silly. I think, but you know,
Well, I mean, at least we got 15 good years of New Who.
we did. But the thing is, though, I am a fan, right? But it's very rare that I watch classic. I've watched, or because I brought the Blu-ray, I've watched all of Pertwee stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now Classic Who is on ITVX, so I can revisit it. But unfortunately, the way things have been going, Doctor Who's the last thing I would revisit. I mean, I'd rather revisit Back to the Future
Interesting.
than Doctor Who. Do you know what I
So
mean? I mean,
not even like Tom Baker's era?
No, because look, no matter what anyone says, right, the Jodie era and what's happening now has spoiled my memory of Doctor Who. And a lot of people would say, "Oh yeah, you know, it doesn't matter what they do now. At least we've got our Doctor Who. We can always go back to that." But still, it's
I don't
like,
know. I mean, I would say that's what happened to Marvel for me.
Same thing.
Because
Yeah.
when I watched the original Captain America, it was on the weekend Ant-Man came out. You had Thor. It just seems like it's been tainted.
That's what I mean. I think it is tainted. And I think it doesn't matter what we say because of what's happening today. It's basically making us not want to watch anymore. You know. I it's very rare that I go back to watch the old stuff. It really is. In fact, as I said, right, I think Doctor Who's not cool anymore. I was searching for a T-shirt on Amazon for Doctor Who, and the only thing I came across was the Gallifrey symbol, and I brought that. The others were just like the TARDIS, you know, Doctors, Jodie T-shirts everywhere. But the thing is, though, none of it seems cool to me. I found a T-shirt that had Back to the Future. I found a T-shirt that said the Pinheads. You know, that was what's his name's band, wasn't it?
Okay,
Michael J.
yeah,
Fox's
Marty's.
band. And I bought that. Do you know what I mean? Instead, so I mean, it just goes to prove that. And when I went to Forbidden Planet, which is like a big science fiction store over here, it was the section of Doctor Who was tiny. It was just a corner.
I mean, that's the thing I've said. I mean, it used to be you go to Barnes and Noble over here, and they would have a whole section of Doctor Who stuff.
Yeah, but they don't.
It hasn't been there in years.
I think it's coming out of the word. You know, if you were to mention cool stuff, I don't think Doctor Who would be part of that anymore. And they've tainted it. Same thing with Star Wars as well. Star Wars is, you know, you watch Star Wars, you don't care about anyone anymore. You know, you can watch the last 3 films. I didn't care about anyone. Han Solo didn't care about. Princess Leia didn't care about Luke, obviously, for obvious reasons.
I think I actually started to hate Leia during
that's what it did. So we are the product of these people that's actually defacing our entertainment. We are the product of that, and you know, we act accordingly, don't we? Because we are the product of what they've done to our pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what they've done to us now. But as I said, I don't think Doctor Who's cool anymore. Star Wars is not cool anymore. Star Trek is kind of getting cool now, but it's not in a way that it's cool that you would buy toys of it or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's not that I think that era is gone, you know, because I don't think kids play with toys anymore, you know.
Well, I would say, I mean, my love of the original series is still there, but I would not go to a Star Trek convention.
Yeah.
The new stuff doesn't. excite me. And I mean, that's kind of what happened with Picard. It's kind of tainted me for the next generation.
Yeah, it has. I mean, the look. The thing is, though, they have to get rid of all this woke stuff for me to go back to anything. I'm just
won't
looking for
happen.
new stuff now. I don't know about
Well,
you, but I'm looking for new
Like I
stuff.
said, John Wick is coming out this weekend, and I mean, there's a few other movies coming out. That the one I'm really looking forward to is Oppenheimer.
No, I don't want to watch that.
Oh, I'm into that. I mean, again, that's because I love history.
All right, well, it looks boring as hell, but whatever.
I don't know. I might go see it on IMAX. I mean, just to see.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, obviously that's not my kind of thing at all. I don't know. I prefer. It's just a taste thing. I prefer movies that takes me out of my mundane life. That's
So you
what.
probably
That's what
probably didn't care for Paul Newman's Fat Man and Little Boy then, from the 80s.
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman was in a movie about the making of the bomb called Fat Man and Little Boy.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. No. I like movies where it's a bit fantastical, even though it's like, for instance, my favorite romance film is While You Were Sleeping, which stars Sandra Bullock, and even though that's set in real life and today, it's still got a fantastical premise. Like somebody, someone that she's in love with falls into a coma. Do you know what I mean? So it's a fantastical
let me see if
premise.
I can bring up this trailer. Okay, here we go. I think you would like this one. Let's see. This is called Return to Me.
What, based on that song, Return to Me?
No, I don't know. I think it might be.
With Return to Me with the guy from
See what the big deal
X-Files.
yes, the guy from X-Files, right?
I went with
Yeah.
a girl once
I've
that had
seen
a
this.
club foot.
I saw it in the
They
cinema.
had the big shoe and everything.
Oh, it was very
Yeah,
sweet.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a very sweet movie. But that's what I'm saying. That's a fantastical premise. He's got someone else's heart. Do you know what I mean? And those are the kind of films that I kind of warm to. Do you know what I mean? There's a film called, I can't remember what it's called, Rose something, whatever. And basically it's a comedy, and it's a black comedy, and it's a British comedy, I think made by Channel 4, BBC, whatever. And I see all these critics saying fantastic, funny, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, it's too close to my real life. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go and see that. I'd rather go and see, I don't know, what's out now. I'd rather go and see Cocaine Bear. Do you know what I mean? So,
I enjoyed it, but
I'm attracted to fantastical elements of films,
I will say I'm not going to buy the DVD when it comes out.
No. Okay. Did you liked it though, right?
I did. I
haven't
but
seen it yet.
It's one of those I don't think I'll revisit again.
All right.
Now, Violet Night, I will.
Yeah, Violent Night was fun, right?
Mhm.
Also, there's this film called Champions, which hasn't been
That
advertised,
does look good.
and I haven't
Does
seen
look-
it. Yeah, it looks good, but I haven't seen it. I
What's
tried to
not
see
out
it.
yet?
Well, over here it was. I tried to see it on Sunday, but it was showing. It got pulled from my local, and it was shown somewhere else. So I don't know whether I'll have to catch it on streaming or something. But it looks fun. It looks like a
I'm
lot
just
of fun.
looking up when is the release date. March 10th. Huh.
All right.
Dang, I didn't know that was out then.
But where is it shown? Because I think it's very limited where it's shown. Looks like a lot of fun.
Well, let me see what my theater has. Where the heck?
I wonder what
The problem is it's been out now for over a week, which means
Yeah.
it won't be in there much longer.
That's what I'm saying. So I had a chance to see it on Sunday, but it wasn't showing at my local. They moved it. So because I don't think anyone went to see it.
That's sad.
It is sad.
Hey. This one I don't even know how to pronounce. Yeah, I'll just bring up what we got here.
What's this?
So these are-
They're showing Indian films down there too, Asian films down there too.
This is it's only one showing though.
Yeah, we have a rafter of them in our local cinemas because the people that live around that area, a lot
Okay,
of them
so
are
they are
Asian.
showing it here.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to
No,
try and get to see it. It looks like fun.
2 hours and 95 minutes, or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to do that. I usually can't stay up late.
I can't see Creed. I don't want to see Creed either. I think
I watched the
it's
first one for the first time.
yeah, the first one was
recently.
okay. The first one was okay. I just think that
Look at that. There's only 3 showings for Ant-Man right now.
why am I not surprised? Puss in Boots was really good.
I
It
heard
was a lot of
that.
fun. It was a lot of fun.
I heard that. So
Yeah. The Last Wish. It was a lot of fun.
Oh.
I want to go and see The Whale, but I don't like movie franchise when the hero gets old and dies. It spoils the escape. Yeah, same here.
Well, that's the thing with Indiana Jones. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not even going to go see it. I mean,
I will.
Skull.
All right, I will go and see it for old time's sakes. But I suspect it's going to be bad because I remember Harrison Ford's been interviewed and he said, "Oh, it was a great send off for the character." I'm like, "What? Really? Does he die?" That kind of thing. So we'll see. Maybe they change the ending. Who knows? But that's the thing. They're slowly destroying everything that we like. These strange people who are in charge now.
Well, that's why we got hard media.
I know, but still, it's not good enough. Though we want new stuff, don't we?
Which reminds me, I need to start rewatching.
Okay, Hammer Films.
Yep, this is the Blu-ray. 20 movies.
Wow. 20, eh?
Let's see if I can bring. It's not gonna.
No. Stranger. Oh, right. Okay. Scream of Fear. Blimey. Loads. Revenge of Frankenstein. Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I think I've seen The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Those films used to scare the hell out of me when I was a kid. They did. Used to scare the hell out of me. I used to be terrified of them. Especially Christopher Lee. Oh, my gosh. With those red eyes. Ugh.
Oh. Have you ever seen his movie End of the World?
No.
Yeah, I got to bring that one. I got to show you the trailer for it. It is bad. I mean,
is it
it's
a
one
new
of those.
film or an old film?
No, it's an old film.
All right.
I mean, even here we go. Okay. Here we go. This is 1977.
They walk among us. They look like us. They have a power far greater than we've ever seen before. And they have decided to destroy us. You have everything to look forward to. Except tomorrow.
Excellent.
End of the world.
Bit of a spoiler.
It was bad.
That who made that? It wasn't Hammer, was it? Hammer didn't make
No.
that, did they?
No, and I think he was not happy with the movie because he wanted to get away from the Hammer type movies.
Yeah, but in those days, when you were cast as someone, you couldn't get out of that kind of type casting.
Mm-hmm.
So he was really over the moon when he got cast to play Scaramanga in Man with the Golden Gun, because that was something completely different to what he and he's a really good actor. It's a shame he was pigeonholed into being Draco and stuff like that, because he's got quite an intensity about him,
Well, but I mean, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I mean, he still gets to live on through that.
He was hardly in it, though. Let's face it. He was like, was it 2% of the whole of the movie he was in?
Yeah, but the scenes he was in was good.
Yeah, it was good. He was in Star Wars as well, wasn't he? He was in the Attack of the No, it wasn't Attack of the Clones. It was
yeah.
Attack of the Clones
one.
Yeah, he was in that, and he had a fight with Yoda, which was absolutely ludicrous. But there you go. But I mean, it's Chris Lee was a fantastic actor, and he was great at what he did. We all thought he was terrific. I've actually met him once, which is a long time ago.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice guy, very tall. My God. So Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think films of that ilk now is gone now. All we're getting is the woke rubbish with all our pop culture,
Mhm.
and that's what they're doing. It's sad. It's sad, but it's true. As I said, I can't go back and watch Doctor Who anymore. I can and I can't, if you know what I mean. I think if
Yeah,
madness
yeah.
takes me, I will go back and watch a couple of classic episodes.
I've done it. Like in the last year, I sat down and rewatched the whole Patrick Troughton era and loved
Right.
it.
All
I mean,
right.
for me, I'm still able to enjoy it.
Well, I do. No, I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. I'm just saying that with
Mhm.
heavy heart, that
I mean, it makes me angry because of what they've done to it.
the thing is that
But
I don't know, mate. I mean, I can't. I could watch it, but yeah, it does make me think. It's a shame of what they did, but why don't they just leave it alone? The Doctor is a man in a blue box
Madman
that
in
goes
the
in
blue
adventures.
box.
Yeah, it would be nice if one era the Doctor didn't have any companions and went on adventures and met people and stuff like that. That probably would be better.
Well, that was kind of David Tennant specials.
Yeah, but I got a bit tired of David Tennant towards the end. I liked Matt Smith, but I got a bit tired of him towards the end as well because of all that stuff was creeping in. And then once Peter took over, which I thought was a completely wrong casting, but I still liked him anyway.
Well, I will say I did not care for Tennant's regeneration.
Oh no, why?
Well, they milked it out, and then his last words, "I don't want to go." And I mean, that kind of changed the idea of what regeneration is, where it's like he dies, but he retains all the memories.
Oh, because he held it back, didn't he?
Yeah,
he held back his regeneration
because he visited like Donna's wedding in the background.
Yeah.
Hooking up Captain Jack with the dude from the Titanic.
Yeah,
I didn't care for that.
But the thing is, though, I just look right. If people are gay, they're gay. That's fine with me.
Well, no, it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the Captain Jack. It's just using those are. I mean, he visited this person, he revisited that person, all this and that, and it just was. I mean, you compare Tennant's regeneration to Smith's. Smith's was done like a snap.
Yeah, and I didn't understand that either. I think that was very stupid. I think the whole idea of him exploding didn't make any sense. I understand why Chris Eccleston exploded because he sucked up all that energy. So when he exploded, he turned into David Tennant. I don't understand why. Actually, no, I understand why David Tennant exploded as well because he sucked up all that energy saving Wilf. So I understand that. So maybe it was right that when Matt turned into Peter, it was just like that. Yeah, it was just like that. But now to bring, Peter blowing up and turning into Jodie, that didn't make any sense because he didn't suck up any energy at all, did he?
Jodie blowing up.
And Jodie falling from the TARDIS and surviving, she should have died when she hit the ground, turned into somebody else. so we could bypass that error completely.
Yeah, but they could have still had their first woman doctor and we would have been spared the horror of the last few years.
I don't believe.
I know.
I really don't believe in that nonsense. I think it's really a secret, small little message from the people out in charge saying that black people of color, are not worth new characters at all.
Yeah.
We will swap you for a lead. We'll swap you for the co-leads. People that already exist. That's what they're doing. Why aren't they? Instead of recasting Black Panther, they'd rather have a black woman take over the mantle.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I watched half of it and I walked out. That was it. They'd rather do that, and that says everything. That says everything that you need to know about this era of filmmaking, especially from Hollywood. So I have no respect for them, really. Let's face it. So I don't know. I don't know.
On that happy note, I got to start wrapping up.
That's a happy note, everybody. A happy note. I don't know. I really don't.
Well, I'm glad you were able to join.
That's all right.
Good
I'm sorry if it made people depressed. I don't think I did.
Oh, no. Like I said, we still got a lot of memories are now bittersweet, but can still enjoy them.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Kind
as I
of.
said, it is affecting us. When James Bond comes out, we're going to be wondering what they're going to do with that. That's what I'm saying. It's spoiling our enjoyment,
I
even
haven't
for
thought of
going
that.
forward.
I haven't
That's
thought of
that's
that.
what I'm saying. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, all
Well,
right,
I'll
mate.
let you know. I'll let you know if I do go live Friday. I probably at this point am not going to, just because I'm supposed to give 2 talks about 30
Okay.
minutes. I
All
got to
right.
figure that out. So,
No worries.
okay. Well, we'll
Always here
catch
to
up with
support.
everybody later. Thanks again. Be seeing ya, and we're hitting the button.